I have no idea. This is so complicated. I like your old content better, and there is quite a lot I need to do today. Good morning, everyone. I haven't vlogged in a while, and I thought I should do a little weekend vlog because I show you a lot of the behind the scenes of being a founder, and I share a lot about my entrepreneurship journey. And part of that is what I do on the weekends and how I decompress and how I relax and what my weekends look like. Happy Saturday. I made it a New Year's resolution in 2026 to read my Bible way more, like trying to read it on a daily basis and also trying to journal on a daily basis. In the past, I used to do it at night. Like when I did read my Bible, I was just reading it before bed. But truthfully, I feel like I would never do it because I was tired and I just didn't feel like it and it was late. And so I always made it an excuse. So I am habit stacking and I'm trying to wake up at 6 a.m. or at least before 6:30 every day of the week, not Saturdays and Sundays, but Monday through Friday, trying to wake up at around like 6:15 every morning. And then I have about like 30 to 45 minutes of my quiet time where I'm reading my Bible, I'm journaling, I'm praying, and it just gets me set up so well for the day. Like this has seriously been such a good start to the year because of these two habits that I've done. And then after I read my Bible, I go to the gym. So my habit stacking is wake up early, read Bible and journal, go to gym. And I just feel so productive in the mornings. So I want to keep that routine during the weekends minus the getting up early. So I don't set my alarm. I just wake up whenever I want on the weekends because I want to listen to my body, and like if my body needs sleep, my body needs sleep. I sleep with my like Bible and my journals right here. I've actually been following the Born Again journal. So my church has this journal that it's like reading the Bible in a year where you jump around different passages and then it gives you like space to journal. And so I have it on my iPad actually. And I have been loving having it on my iPad. Like I've been using my iPad so much. So that is one of the reasons why I do use my iPad. So I'm going to go grab my iPad and we're just going to have a little bit of quiet time. I like to take this little green juice every morning. It has this alkalized detoxifying green powder from Sarah Raj Wellness. It also has vitamin C, creatine, and Armora colostrum. So I put a bunch of powders in here. So it's kind of like a thick juice, but it is pretty good still. I feel like I don't drink enough water in a day, so at least I get my day started with like a big glass of water. And now let's go to the gym. I just showered and I did not have time to dry my hair, so I'm meeting my friend at Maman. Mamans have been popping up literally everywhere in Miami. She spent a few months in London, so while I was there this summer, we got to hang out a lot. So she's finally back in Miami and we're just gonna catch up over some coffee and breakfast. And then I actually have kind of a lot to do today. I am very grateful though that it is currently 77 degrees outside according to my car, and everywhere else in the US flights are getting canceled. It's snowy, it's icy, it's like negative 15 degrees and I am wearing a skirt. Like I love living here in Florida. There is quite a lot I need to do today. I work with Natasha at Rella. You guys know her, but she and Alexis are coming this week to Miami. Natasha's coming tonight because there's a massive snowstorm happening, or like ice storm that is supposed to hit North Carolina and a lot of the United States actually this weekend. And so her flight on Monday already got canceled. We have to film content together, so I really need her here. So we moved her flight to tonight. So she's escaping the snow and coming to Miami. I hope that there's not any issues with tonight's flight. I need to make sure that my apartment is clean. And also I want to show you guys because I did update my apartment. So you guys have known that I've been renovating my apartment. It hasn't been like a big renovation. I've just been updating the furniture, and I did do a little renovation in my office, which is almost completed, but I do want to show you guys my furniture and I want to show you guys all of the new things I've added and just what I'm thinking about, because it's still like, I'd say 85% of the way there, but it's not at 100% yet. So I've just been like so antsy to get it done. It's taken way longer than I thought. So when you walk into my apartment, here you go. Here's the front door. I have a little mirror. And then you turn to the left and this is like the living room kitchen. So as you can see, this has changed a little bit. I got a brand new couch because the other couch was really, really small. And so I wanted something that was just cozier and more homey because my apartment really didn't feel homey. I also got a new rug, and then I kept this coffee table. It's really sick zebra ottoman. I would say the star of the living room though is this new console, which I will have linked below. I actually got it sent to me from Povison, I hope I'm saying it right, but it is the most beautiful console. I am actually so obsessed with it because my previous console was a lot smaller and it was very open. So I had so much crap that I put in the console, but you could literally see everything because it was completely open shelving. And I love that this has so much storage and you actually can't see anything. Like, it's all hidden. It's the most beautiful wood. Like, look at how gorgeous that is. I am truly, truly obsessed with this. If you open it up, I have some sunglasses, blankets. Over here, I have some books. On this side, I have some board games and journals and photo albums. And over here, I have some extra candles, cameras, some old magazines, because that is from when I was in 17 magazine, you guys, when I was back in high school. It's seriously so beautiful. I am obsessed with this TV console, and I will have it linked down below because I do have a 12% off coupon if you use my code Natalie. And what is amazing about this TV console is that it came already assembled. So like completely assembled. I thought that I was gonna have this like really cute montage of me trying to assemble it and put it in my living room, but no, the delivery guys came. They came and delivered this in like 5 minutes. It was so quick, and it is just so stunning and so beautiful. And I really think it ties the living room together because I love mid-century modern with charm. So obviously this is like a building that it's not like from the 70s. It's not a mid-century modern building or anything, but I like having mid-century modern elements, and that's really what I'm going for. And so this was the most perfect TV console. And then I also got this big, I think this is a birds of paradise, I think, or a banana leaf tree. Plant enthusiasts, please correct me. I don't even know what plant this is, but I have this like really big plant. Plants are so expensive also. I really didn't realize this was like $300 or something. But I really do think it like ties the living room together. And then over here, as for my office, it is a little messy right now, but this is not completed yet. I did do some shelving over here. So these are from IKEA. They're IKEA closets. And then I had them like built into the wall, but they are from IKEA. And I still am waiting on one more curtain so that it's more like cinched. As you can see, it's like not complete, but the curtains are going to go along the entire thing, including this bookshelf. It's gonna be layered. It's gonna be so beautiful. This is my new office area. So I've just been working here, and it's nice because it doubles as a dining room. I also need to film a video because I'm going to be filming this week's podcast episode all about my content system. I just feel like it's a very long overdue video. I am really proud of myself. I've been doing my personal content, my podcast, Instagram and TikTok I've been super consistent on, and I've been doing a lot of like business case studies, vlogs, just like a lot of founder business related content that I find so valuable and entertaining, and you guys have really seemed to like it as well. To be honest, I have been losing followers for the past, I'm gonna say like 4 years now. I have been on the decline and I have not seen growth in, I'm not kidding, literally 4 years. It has just been a straight decline in followers, which is quite sad, but you know what, we're being honest here. And this is the first time ever that I've actually grown in followers. So in the past 30 days, I've grown like almost 3,000 followers, which has been really great on Instagram. TikTok has been growing consistently, but like really, really, really slowly. And then YouTube for the past like 2 years, I would say I've been declining. And this is the very first time I've seen like any semblance of growth on YouTube. And I'm saying this to be totally transparent. I think when you are a personal brand, it can be really easy to get complacent and to just keep doing what you've been doing for all of these years. And I've been on YouTube for 14 years. Like, it's gonna be 15 years this year. So in July, it will be 15 years. It will be half of my life that I have been on the internet. And I can't keep doing what I've been doing because, as you've seen in the past few years, it's just been a straight decline. And truthfully, I have grown up and I have changed my interests and changed what I want to put out there. And my life has changed a lot. Like, I feel like most of my life does revolve around my business. And so a lot of my interests and things that I want to talk about and things that I want to share. And honestly, what I have the time and energy for is business, entrepreneurship related content. And that's truthfully what I enjoy. Like, I really don't watch many vlogs anymore. And I'm not interested in lifestyle content as much. This is the type of lifestyle content that I like because it's giving me an insight of, you know, the founder life. Like, what does a founder do on her days off? But just like only posting lifestyle content is not something that I want to do, nor do I enjoy doing, to be completely honest. And so you guys have obviously seen that shift. And I know some people are like, well, I like your old content better. And I think part of being a business owner is just realizing that like you are not for everyone. And so obviously I don't want to say, see you later. Like, I hope that you stick around, but that's okay if you don't either. And I think being a business owner, from a business perspective, personal brand perspective, you have to be really clear on who you are for. And if you're not clear on who you're for, then you're going to be for no one. Like, if you're trying to be for everyone, you're going to be for no one. And I learned that the hard way in Rella, and I learned that the hard way with my personal brand too. Because for Rella, we figured that out, we pivoted, we niched down, and we've seen really great success with that. But for my personal brand, it took me a lot longer to figure that out. I was like, wait, why am I literally declining? Like, every single day I'm like losing more and more followers, and like my content doesn't do well, and I don't even know like why I'm posting anymore. And I realized, oh, I'm trying to be something for everyone. Like, I'll post like every now and then founder content, but then I would post like lifestyle content or a makeup tutorial or a get ready with me. And like, I'm not for everyone. Like, if you are someone that likes the behind the scenes of business content, of founder content, you want to be inspired, you want to be an entrepreneur one day, you're curious about what the behind the scenes looks like, you want, you know, more educational content when it comes to business or case studies and things like that, I am your girl. If you want to learn more about personal branding, content creation, all of that, I am your girl. You are interested in like relationship content or fashion content or anything like that, like, while sure you might get that 5% of the time, 3% of the time, like maybe I talk about my boyfriend or I show you the outfit I'm wearing to go to work or the outfit I'm wearing on the weekend, like, sure. But like, my content is not centered around that, and that's not what I'm building for. So I am getting very hyper specific with who I'm for, and I'm really excited about this year because my word of the year was depth, because I want to go deeper with what I've already started building in 2025. And I'm really, really, really excited about it. If you are someone who is growing your personal brand or your business, like, I really encourage you to have a sit down chat with yourself and say, like, who am I for? Who am I for? What am I doing this for? And then going from there. But I do need to film this video about my content system because, like I said, I do all the content for Rella. I also do the content for myself. And I've been able to grow, you know, Rella's content. We have like 35,000 followers at this point on Instagram, 16K on TikTok, and we have a newsletter of like 40,000 people or something like that. So we've definitely seen a lot of growth with Rella, and it definitely has to do with our content strategy. So I want to talk about that, as well as my personal brand and how that has contributed to Rella's growth. But also, if you're just interested in growing a personal brand, I think that this like content system will be really helpful for you. So I need to film that today. I was gonna film that tomorrow potentially, but now that Natasha is coming tonight, I do wanna film that before she gets here. I realized that this video will probably go up this week, and then my content strategy video will go up next week. So I actually don't have to film that today, which is actually a relief because we have a huge new feature coming out on Rella, which I would like to showcase that in the video. The way I'd like to describe Rella is project management for social media teams. And so it should feel more like you're logging into Notion or ClickUp or Asana versus later Metricool, Hootsuite, etc. However, we want it to be as intuitive for social media teams, and we want to make social media teams obviously our target customer. So that is why we are still a content scheduler. We still have all of those features that those other tools have. We have a lot more flexibility and capabilities because what I've noticed is that when you are a social media manager or you own a social media agency, you are forced to use project management tools because the social media tools that you are using, like what I mentioned later, Metricool, Hootsuite, Sprout Social, all of those things, are not made for teams. It serves kind of like one capability, which is auto posting. And there is so much more to social media management than just auto posting, which is why people are using all of these other project management tools. So something that we are releasing is tasks, which it's not just, we have tasks within Post already, but think of tasks kind of like if you had a subtask in Notion or in ClickUp, you can click into it and it expands. So then you have notes and details and an activity section, and you can actually like talk to people within the task itself
itself, and you can also create a task that is separate from your notes. So we are diving into project management territory. We just launched separate notes, so now it's collaborative, like Google Docs, where like you and someone else can be typing at the same time and see each other typing and work collaboratively, and it's not attached to any notes. But we're adding tasks, and that's in development right now. So I actually do have to test that. I am going to see if there's any short form videos I could film today, because I just did my hair and makeup and we don't want that to go to waste, for my social media this week. And then if not, I do have just some stuff that I want to work on. And I love weekends where I don't have that much to do, in the sense of like, I don't have a really packed social life, so I can leisurely work if I want to, get ahead if I want to, but I also don't feel the pressure that I need to. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to see if there's anything I can film, maybe script out some future videos, and then if not, I am going to test this new feature, and I'll film the content strategy video sometime this week after Natasha and Alexis leave, so that tasks can actually be in it, because I think that's going to be like a huge thing that I want to show, and it's definitely something that we are going to be using in our content system. So you have to map it. It says, look, Carolina with Connolly. I have no idea. This is so complicated. Happy Sunday, guys. We're at brunch and we're doing a little bit of work. We're trying to connect HubSpot and Stripe and create like a robust CRM, especially for our demo calls and for like new users, just to track the ROI of our demos. And it is truly impossible. I think HubSpot might be the worst tool to exist, but I say that about every CRM tool, and HubSpot was the one that was the most recommended to us. So if anyone has any tips on a HubSpot Stripe connection, let me know. But we're stuck with HubSpot because we did sign an annual contract with them. Thankfully, we have the startup plan, so it's like $80 a month, but after that, it goes up to like $500 a month or something insane. So yeah, Natasha wants to pull her hair out and wants to quit. We're trying to troubleshoot. Like, this is literally one zap that we're trying to configure, and it's taking so long. But we're just prepping for the week, because Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we will be filming a lot for Rella, so we wanted to come here and prep, and then we just started working for the day. So it's Sunday, but we're just getting stuff done, because I know that we won't have that much computer time this week as a team. And we're back where we started, in my bed. I wanted to thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope that you like this vlog. I haven't vlogged in quite some time, but I do want to do these every now and then, maybe like a once a month vlog. So let me know what type of vlogs you want to see. Do you like the weekend? Do you like weekly? Do you like daily? Do you like morning routines? Like, let me know what you get the most value from. And this week we have Natasha and Alexis in town. It's actually a first time meeting Alexis, which I am very excited about. And we are just gonna have a really great week. I'm also vlogging on Instagram, so if you guys do want to see that, you can follow me there, and TikTok as well. Please, please, please let me know the type of content you want to see, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.